Hey guys, welcome back to Hidden Heights Farm Vlog. So if you guys are watching this video, you're probably interested in the problem that we had with our goat. It is day 3, and yes, she is still alive. I'm telling you guys, these Spanish goats are fighters, and I have been doing everything the vet has asked me to do. She didn't think that the goat was going to survive the next day, and now it's day 3, but she's not making any progress. So last night I got online and I started researching. I've been reading all over online, and I found a website that I always go to, and it is TennesseeMeatGoats.com. I have used this website for many years. They have been raising goats a long time, and they have a lot of remedies for things, and they have seen a lot of it. So that being said, I'll cut right to the chase. What I am going to kind of self-diagnose this goat now myself. And I'll tell you guys why. So they have a little part on here that says goat polio or listeriosis. Well, what is listeriosis? And I'm reading from here because I can't memorize all this stuff. It's pretty new to me. Listeriosis is a brainstem disease caused by the bacteria Listeria monocytogenes, which is found in soil, water, plant litter, silage, and sometimes in goats' digestive tract. It's a bacteria pretty much, and they can get it from drinking like nasty water, moldy hay, it's in the ground, it's in decomposed wood, stuff like that. So anyways, it's pretty much identical to the same symptoms that the deficiency in thiamine causes. And she has her neck turned to the right, and one of the common signs in the listeriosis is when a goat goes out and is walking around, kind of stays to herself, and they just constantly just circle around. And she didn't really do that. When I found her, she was laying on the ground pretty much non-responsive. She was bloated real bad because she was laying in that weird position. So like the doctor said, she did nail that on the head. The bloat was a secondary problem. But she just assumed it was polio. She didn't say anything about the listeriosis. And I've been reading still. I haven't found anything that says, but I don't know if there's a test for the listeriosis. But the website that I just told you guys about, TennesseeMeatGoat.com, they said if your vet says you think, or they think you have polio, and you're giving them the thiamine injections, why not treat them for the listeriosis as well? This is a last case scenario thing. You don't just want to start giving your goat injections if you think they have something. But she has not made any progress in 2 days. Last night I did the research, and I went out about midnight last night, and on this listeriosis, on this website that I was reading you guys, it said to push penicillin, heavy doses of penicillin. And the name of the ranch that publishes this website or posts this website or whatever you want to call it is Onion Creek Ranch, www.TennesseeMeatGoats.com. If you guys raise goats, go check them out. They have a lot of really good tips for all kinds of stuff. But they're saying that to treat these goats with the listeriosis, you need to push tons and tons of penicillin. I think it said 10 cc per 100 pounds every 6 hours, so that's 1 cc per 10 pounds, and this goat weighs about 50 pounds, so I've been giving her 5 cc's every 6 hours since last night at midnight. I'm not going to be able to do it on video because I already came out first thing this morning and got it done. But what I want to let you guys know is this is the first time she was actually showing improvements and not going downhill. Now I have been taking her fresh water and kind of dipping her little mouth in the water, and she has been sucking up water. She hasn't been sucking up enough water to stay hydrated. So what we're going to do is go out, and we're going to try to get her to drink some water through a syringe. And I'm going to take some feed out. I'm going to see if she'll nibble some feed out of my hand. And I took your all's advice, and I've been pushing all that hay. I didn't get the hay bales and prop up beside her yet, but I might do that. But what I did is I've been taking all that straw that she's laying on, and I made a big cushion on each side of her, and it's been holding her up in a more of a laying position where she's laying flat and not on one side or the other. And I've been rotating her, and every time I go out, I've been kind of standing her up and working her legs as well, keep that blood moving so they don't go dead or numb or whatever, asleep I guess. So anyways, guys, we are trying hard to save this goat's life, and I will be the first to tell you that these Spanish goats do not give up. I've had many Spanish goats that were sick, and they just they're fighters, and they will actually give you time to help them recover. I mean, they fight for their lives for sure. So we're gonna go see if she'll take some feed and water. If not, we're going to syringe her some water in her mouth and see if she'll swallow it. And if she don't eat, we're gonna go to this boost. Now this is something that a lot of people that can't eat food or sick or whatever, you know, a lot of elderly people take this boost, and it has all the essential vitamins and all that in there, and it tastes good. So hopefully if she don't eat or drink much, she will eat this boost, but she's got to drink a lot of water to stay hydrated for sure. If they get dehydrated, their organs will start shutting down and all that, and that ain't good. So we're gonna go out here and see how the goat's doing and try to get her to drink and eat a little bit. So here she is. This is how she's laying currently. I just gave her the injections a little bit ago, earlier this morning, and I got all this fluffed up around her, and it's keeping her nice and warm, and it's keeping her more upright so she's not just on one side. But like I told you guys, she keeps hanging her head to the right and she can't keep it straight. See? But she is way more aggressive this morning. She's got a lot more energy. And one thing, when you guys are giving these injections, if you're going to treat your goat for Listeria, or you're going to give your goat multiple injections of antibiotics, we have been giving them on the rib cage, just under the skin, but we've been alternating sides. That way they're not just pin cushions, and you know, they will get sore, and it does hurt. So I've been trying to alternate just under the skin on either side of the ribs every other time, just trade off. And then the thiamine, I'm just giving them all over her muscles, different places, because like I said, we're not going to use her for meat anyways. We never will. So what I'm going to do now is I'm going to try to get a syringe, and I'm going to give her some of this Power Punch for her little vitamins and all that good stuff. And because I know she hasn't been eating much, and I'm going to try to get her to eat a little grain here in a minute, and just make sure she's hydrated. Come here, girl. You want to try to eat some grain? Here. There you go. Good girl. I don't know if you guys can see this very good or not, but she is eating it up. And this is very vital for her to keep up her energy to be able to fight whatever she is dealing with. And we can only pray that this medication continues to help her. Like I said, that vet didn't even give her 12 hours. She figured she would be dead. And since she is showing an appetite, what I'm going to do is I'll probably bring some more hay in here and kind of put all around her. And she can just kind of nibble on that throughout the night and when I'm not here. But this is awesome. This is a good sign right here. And when goats get this listeriosis, the prognosis isn't good. A lot of times they do not make it. So, but we're not going to give up. Good girl. I'll get you some fresh water here in a minute. Just to show you guys that she is eating. And when they're eating like this, you want to make sure that they are sitting up kind of straight. You don't want her to get anything stuck in her esophagus again and choke and go through the whole bloat thing again. We don't want to have to make another trip to the vet. And I don't want to have to do the emergency procedure to save her life myself. But guys, this is a big game changer. Like I'm saying, it's day 3. She wasn't supposed to make it 12 hours, so I'm just going to keep doing what I'm doing. It seems to be making an improvement. And like I said, she can't hold her head straight. It keeps tilting to the right, so I'm doing kind of just holding her horn upright a little bit to keep her esophagus and everything straight so she don't get choked. Alright guys, so I got her to eat a little bit, probably a good cup or two of the food, and I went ahead and put some hay around her. That way if she does get the strength, she can kind of nibble on some hay at her own leisure. And she did drink some water out of the pail, but she didn't drink quite enough. So what I did is I got like a 30cc syringe, and I just started squirting some in her mouth. And it takes a lot of time. You got to be slow because you can drown them doing that, so be careful. And she was swallowing it, so she's getting water in her system. So the next time I do it, I'll probably use some Pedialyte. And if I go to town, I'll grab some kind of electrolyte pack that you can mix in water, and it gives them a lot of electrolytes and keeps them really good hydrated. Anyways, it's about the same thing as like sports players drinking Gatorade. It really helps out a lot. And because like I said, if they start getting dehydrated, you might as well just throw in the towel, because it shuts down pretty much everything in their body, and it only keeps their vital organs going once their body or their brain knows that they are dehydrated. So that's you don't want to get to that case. But right now she's still fighting. I'm gonna keep going out here giving her the injections, trying to feed her out of my hand, making sure she's drinking water, get her some electrolytes so she stays hydrated. And I can kind of pick her up, and she tries to stand up now, and she wasn't doing that the past 2 days. So I'm seeing improvements, but I know that it's still not looking good. Everything I read online, when they have this and it gets this far, just don't be surprised. She could go anytime. I know that. So, but she's still fighting. She's still showing signs. I just wanted to kind of give you guys an update. And anyone else that has a similar problem in the future, or right now, if you're watching this video, you're probably Googling or searching on YouTube problems why your goat's circling around or whatever. Go check out that website. Like I said, TennesseeMeatGoats.com. I'll try to put a link down in the description, because it's been very helpful for us here since we've been raising goats. We've kind of relied on that website for some ways to diagnose goats, because like you guys seen in the first video I posted on this series, that vet said, well, this bloat is a secondary thing and I think there's something else going on. Well, she's right there, but the thiamine is not working, and everybody, even the vet, said if it is polio, giving her the thiamine injections, she will show progress in just a couple days. And it's been we're on day 3 now, and today's the first day of progress, but last night was the first night I gave her the high dose of the penicillin. So anyways guys, I'm gonna get off here. I got some stuff to do. I'll come back out here later and check. Thank you guys so much for the prayers and all the positive comments. It really does help us out. You know how it is when you have animals and pets. When you got one sick or something going wrong, your morale kind of depresses you, your attitude gets depressed. I mean, and sometimes it's hard to do, but thankfully you guys are behind us, and we appreciate that so much here at Hidden Heights Farm. So if you guys are not subscribed to the channel, please hit that subscribe button, leave a comment down below, and stay tuned for the next video.